Sometimes people pretend that paparazzi are tiny, but
we do love paparazzi. One thing, let me tell you about
it's one thing that makes artists.
It's something that builds you up at the end of the day. You have to stand the crowd at the end of the day. Yeah. And then just getting deeper, just a bit. Tell me about your relationship with them. How's things working out? Because I can't see you with them anymore.
Thing is, I'm a radio host.
Oh yeah.
You understand? And I also have WallaDin's corner. You understand? Yes. And sometimes it's about we grow and we want to build.
Hello everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of Kutong Musical Season 2, Episode 7. I am your host for the most key of the Black China. And today on the red seat, we've got my main man. WallaDin in the house.
I'm not used to this seat.
I know.
I'm the one who actually does this.
Mind you, guys, the seats were swapped not so long ago. Perfetto. Welcome to another beautiful episode of Kutong Musical. WallaDin.
That's me, man.
I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, but it's a
How many
conversation. It's a conversation, nothing too hectic.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just wanna get to know you. Who is WallaDin?
Oh,
Who is
WallaDin.
WallaDin?
It's a very phenomenal person, cool, down to earth.
Down to earth isn't one of those ones. I wouldn't humble.
Yeah, but otherwise, WallaDin is a host, a radio host, man. Not just a radio though. Yeah, I'm a presenter, freelancer there and there. Yes, but I'm a radio host. I have my own show, Merafong 360 Radio. I'm an afternoon driver. Yes, I'm an afternoon driver.
Okay.
So, I also love music. So I've did some couple of songs there and there. Some people, they actually know me as a musician because I've dropped some music. But mostly I'm a host, I'm a presenter. Then presenting comes first than music. Music it's a hobby, I would put it like that. It's a thing that I really love. So I have somebody like Teaser, like yo.
Okay.
LTs. So him is my producer. Pushing me to do music.
Okay. So WallaDin, for those who don't know, who know WallaDin, right? I like to say WallaDin.
It's WallaDin.
WallaDin. WallaDin.
It's WallaDin.
WallaDin. Okay. So for those who know WallaDin, and then there's some of those who don't know WallaDin, who would we say who's WallaDin? Like your real name, your identity.
Oh, my real name, guys. Mina again, WallaDin. WallaDin. Mpemba ke lo. Yeah, sombi super dide. Hey. Yeah, WallaDin. That's my ID name. Okay.
So WallaDin, he's WallaDin.
I actually got that name WallaDin. It was Happy D who gave me that name. No Chrise, Chrise, right? Chrise music. Yeah. We were Oxy song, and then I remember we were freestyling. We Rage, this other guy. F5. So it happened to Kuti. Skamachi, they're freestyling. So I freestyled that, and then Happy D, I was like, yo, WallaDin.
It's a dope name.
And I was like, I'm taking this name and running with it.
It's stuck, it sticks.
That's how I got the name.
The name, actually. Okay, so coming to another one. How was your upbringing? Was you grew up there, or you came here, or tell me about.
I would say my life, it's. Well, we came here, but as a kid, you remember Merafong all your life. You understand? You remember Kutong all your life. It's Kutong, man. Merafong, it's Merafong. There's changes and all that. What can I say about Merafong, bruh? The upbringing.
The upbringing, Jay, as just like a somalanyana memory from your childhood. That one memory that you won't forget as a child. Here in Merafong. Taking you back, man. Taking you back to when you were a kid, yeah.
Oh. I a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You know, coming in Merafong, by the way, I had a friend. Best friend, may his soul rest in peace. He was poisoned, and they shoot it. Yeah, you know, I had a best friend, Sisakula Sebangani, you know, and then he's one of the guys. I was Wanda, he was Wanda.
Oh, Wanda.
Yeah, so, Mina na ING. That's one person I will never forget. I'm told, yeah. You know, yeah, that's one person I know, which I have so many memories. That guy who is gang, I've been choncha my parents.
Oh, you all have the thought of choncha.
Yeah, Sisha was just all and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's.
You say you had a positive upbringing in Merafong.
Yeah, I would say that with its negativities.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I would be lying if I say Merafong doesn't have that side of it that is good, you know, and people that are good. You know, I've met good people, you know, and also bad people, but mostly I focus on the good side because, you know, in life when you focus on negativity is what you will see most.
Follow you.
Exactly, you know, so I tend to focus on the positive more than the negative, you know.
Okay, so you did say just now you are within the radio industry.
Yes.
Ish radio, man. Ish, I can you know you and I. There's a lot that we have in common. There is a lot. So
and shout out to Onela, man. You have to say this. Onela, just after Wanda, you know, I met Onela, one of the greatest guys. I'm still friends with him even today. Though he's touring, you know, all over the world, the place.
We are on your toes. We are coming for you.
Yes, he's a drummer. You know, he plays drum. You know, now he's all over the city, man. He plays for the likes of Opusinova. You know, the likes of these big acts. You know. So that's what I'm saying. He's touring. Shout out to you, bruh. Yeah, keep shining.
Yeah, keep
shining,
watching
man.
The show. Yeah. All right. So coming back to your radio career.
Yeah.
When did that start about? What happened to? You woke up one day, what name and what can I into radio? Let me just dive.
It's crazy business. It's how I got it.
Tell me that crazy one. Tell me that crazy story.
It's Freedom Day. It's on the 27th, right? April. Yes, Freedom Day.
Okay.
Yeah. I started in radio on Freedom Day. I'm told.
Your first day in radio?
Yeah, my first day in radio. It was 2019. Yeah, it was 2K19. Yeah, heading to 2020 because I remember COVID.
Yeah.
It was 2K19 when I started in radio. So this is how I started. I never even paid attention to radio, to be honest.
Like you never listened.
A matter of fact, presenting, it wasn't a thing, you know. And one mic, my boss. Shout out to you, man.
Pralipsa,
my manager, my boss. Yeah, he's the one who actually put me into radio because I remember I had an interview at Merafong 360 Radio.
Okay.
I had an interview with Chrissy.
Yeah.
He was a presenter at the time. Yeah. I had an interview as a photographer. He called me as a photographer because you know I'm a photographer also, right? Yeah, he called me in and then I went there. The first time, I remember I went there 3 times. Okay. The first time I went there, we had problems with electricity. Remember, because 2019, electricity was an issue.
And they were still based in town.
In town, yes. So I went there, and then I came back. Second day, same thing. And then the third day, now it was the 27th.
Okay.
You know, yes. So now we did the interview, and then after doing the interview, because Chris at the time was doing it drive time. Yeah. So after the interview, Chris was like, because Chris we stay in the same room, you know, same block. So he was like, yo, bruh, just wait for me because I'm wrapping up the show. Yeah. So I'm wrapping up this show, just wait for me there. So catch it takes us all again and we had the gas, it's all again. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm sitting there, Oprah Lebza, he's in Jozi at the time. And then he calls Chris in, yo, bruh, because Oprah Lebza now, he has a house. On our blog, not I5. So he knows me like personally from Egas, you understand? So he was like, yo, that guy you just interviewed, is he still there? Chris was like, yeah, he's waiting for me on the lobby. And he's like, give him the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, you know? And then he gives me the phone, you know, and he was like, yo, guy, I want you to do something for me. You know, I need you to do something for me. And I'm like, what's that? I was like, yo, I'm running late. Okay. I'm in Jersey right now and I'm being held up. I think it was business related. Yeah, it was like, I need you to do me the current affairs show just for an hour. You know, just for an hour. Just want you to just hold it just for an hour.
Yeah.
Talk about Freedom Day.
Everything you know.
Yeah, but don't be different because that's current affairs.
Yeah.
Try to find information, deeper information about Freedom Day, and then talk about it. You understand? And I'm like, yo, I don't know this.
Yo, what do?
Position. You know, he was like, no, it's ready, my dog. Just talk. Yeah, just talk. Just when I find information, you know, hey, go there, you know, and then do that just for an hour. You know, hey, Chris will wait for you. And I'm like, oh. Okay, I will try.
This is him being introduced. This.
I'm like, okay, I'll try. You know, and Chris is done, and Chris waits for me live, and then I do the show. And he tells me the playlist also, what kind of playlist I should play. You know, the time I'm like, it's hip hop, R&B, you know. Okay, I do the show. I do the show, and then he doesn't call me. After
in terms of checking up on you and everything.
He's listening and so I do it and then I wrap up. I just leave it there. I mean, I play songs and then
you just leave the playlist going.
Yeah, somebody else comes and do the other show.
Yeah.
And then you know. So apparently he hit up Chris and then he calls me.
Same day.
Same day, same night. He calls me. I think it was around after 10. He calls me on my phone. He was like, "Come to me in the morning."
Okay.
Yeah. Now to come to me in the morning. Make sure by 6 a.m. You are here. And so I'm like, yo. And it was like, okay, I will come and collect you. And so and he does for real come and collect me. We go to town and it was like, you are good in this in radio. He tells me, you are good in radio.
Want more.
And so you just need to touch ups day and day, and I'm here to teach you that. So from now on, you're gonna do this morning show, you know, just to teach you. 3 hours full, imagine.
First day at the work.
And I do it. First day, he teaches me. The following day, he was like, there's no need for me to teach you, dog. Because you got this. You got this.
This is the most craziest story I've ever heard, Ne.
From that day until today.
It's crazy because from being interviewed to scoring a
job
at the same time.
You know, from that day.
That's
look at me today.
Look at you now.
I'm a host of a drive time. Imagine.
At the same radio station.
You know, that's how it started, man.
Nah, that's a very interesting story. Otherwise,
shout out to WallaDin.
Shout out to him.
I never knew I had this potential.
Otherwise, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's super crazy. So that's how you fell in love with radio. You're still doing it now.
Oh man, it's everything today. It's everything. Just presenting, just not just radio. Because I also do like you know, Musuti. I was a host with the TheVilleCartel.
Yes.
You know, I also does hosting on camera.
Yeah. So in terms of still sticking to radio, you opened up your own
WallaDin's Corner, man.
Tell me how
it's do you reaction do that? Videos, by the way.
How do you do that? How do you do that? Coming from within a radio station and then you open your own thing and then it just takes off like that. You should please, guys, I've never asked you for anything in life. You should go check out WallaDin's Corner. It's crazy. I've been there myself. It's crazy stuff, Buffetto. Tell me about that. How do you open a radio station within a radio station?
It's actually reactions, Yabo.
Okay.
Now, what I'm aware of is that there's so much talent and there's so much that is happening around us, and most of the things are not being discussed, or maybe they are not, shown to the world. Sometimes you would find maybe Kia released, maybe for instance a vlog, and showing the beauty of Merafong, you understand, and not a lot of people would actually go to your vlog and
Yeah,
watch
and
it.
watch
So me
it.
as WallaDin, it's my job to take your video that you did about the beauty of Merafong, react on it, because of I understand ukuthi as much as Kia has her own fan base,
Yeah.
for her to reach the other fan base, yeah, I have to take part on that, you know. And sometimes I do talk nonsense.
You do not talk nonsense.
You know?
You know what you do. You know what you do in your corner, WallaDin.
Man.
There's something in your corner that you do. I don't know how he does, but he does it. Buffett, this guy will dig you. He will dig each and everything. Things that you didn't even know about yourself, he's gonna tell you about them.
I have to.
But WallaDin too, I love the concept behind everything. Please do check it out. He has you also have a YouTube.
Yeah, I have a YouTube. It's WallaDin's corner,
Yeah. So I'm coming to another hand or another trick up your sleeves.
Okay.
You are a photographer.
Yeah,
right?
I'm still a photographer.
You still are a photographer. Okay, you are a photographer still within the photography industry.
I have been doing productions.
Oh yes.
But now venturing into filming now, because I'm actually in love with.
So that steps towards the future endeavor.
Yes.
Okay. So you were. I once had the opportunity of being interviewed by you right here, good location here. In there were gang people. There were lots of people.
Hey, she remembers.
Then the next thing, this guy comes up with the camera, with the umbrella, with the lights. But this is a groovy.
Yeah.
And then how did that work out for you though? Like the group cartels,
It's the TheVilleCartel.
The TheVilleCartel.
By the way, I'm aware of something.
Yeah.
I'm aware that a lot of people thought I was the TheVilleCartel.
Honestly, yeah, I thought you were actually like the man behind the things. Up until I met
it's WallaDin actually.
WallaDin, yes, WallaDin is the one.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people were like, yo, the TheVilleCartel. And I'm like, okay, now I understand. You know, because of, sometimes when you are at the face of something, they will think maybe you are TheVilleCartel. No, guys, I was the host on the TheVilleCartel. Yes, WallaDin is the founder of TheVilleCartel. WallaDin offense Mohali. He is the founder and the director, the producer of the TheVilleCartel. He's the man behind the TheVilleCartel. I came in as my skills of presenting, of being a host, hence, we had a show that was called the Fresh Out with WallaDin. You understand? Remember the time we went to Yes. It was all that. It was the Fresh Out with WallaDin.
So, a lot of memories.
So we created all of that because of we understood there was a lot of talent that was fresh and out. You understand? Yes, and then they don't get to be interviewed whenever they are outside and all that. Because sometimes to tell the truth,
that was a beautiful concept.
Just to tell the truth, sometimes it's. As artists, we do want to be seen and to be heard, and then when you are outside to be, interviewed, sometimes
sometimes
artists pretend
that's the exact feeling that you gave me, my guy. Like you made me feel like okay, no, superstar. All of a sudden, like imagine Uma Groove and then like this big umbrella, it opens up, and then like WallaDin, the man of the show. How are you doing? Like that's really special. Big up to them.
Sometimes people pretend that paparazzi they turned, but
we do love paparazzi. One thing, let me tell you about
it's one thing that makes artists.
It's something that builds you. At the end of the day, you have to stand the crowd at the end of the day. Yeah. And then just getting deeper, just a bit. Tell me about your relationship with them. How's things working out? Because I can't see you with them anymore.
Thing is, I'm a radio host.
Oh yeah.
You understand? And I also have WallaDin's corner. You understand?
Yes.
And sometimes the thing about we grow and we want to build, your brand. So I would say maybe WallaDin has a vision for the TheVilleCartel. You understand? So now it's okay for him. To stay home with your baby, and raise it, and the way you want it, build it. Sometimes the foundation, it's very, very important. You understand? It's very important. Build that, those layers, so that when you bring people in, you put them in their categories, and then now it runs smoothly. There's no bad blood, nothing.
Nothing.
It's just that I would say maybe Ish, cool, mfethu. We have this, we have that, we have this, we have that, we have families also.
Yeah, you also have your baby.
Yeah, boy. So
also be nurtured.
At once.
Okay, so coming to another thing that you also do, you have a documentary.
It's coming, man.
You have a documentary.
It's coming. And crazy now.
You have a documentary, Brad, and you have a political figure that you're working with, right? A political someone.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
that one.
The one that's already out there.
The one that is already out.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe you're saying the WallaDin, because I have a documentary in the WallaDin, that is coming.
That's still
yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So you had this political figure that you were working with.
Ulindo, by the way.
Ulindo.
Yeah, Ulindo.
And you were focusing, tell me actually, for those people that don't know, what was your documentary about and how can they find it? For people that are interested in
that they haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Yes. They can find it in WallaDin Productions. Go to YouTube, search WallaDin Productions. It's under WallaDin Productions. Yeah, well, that documentary, it's called Living in Merafong. Yeah, I'm sorry. In Merafong, to tell the truth, as much as we say there's positive side, but in Merafong, one thing that you see is the negative side of it. You understand that? And mostly Gakulu, it's on the political side. We cry kakhulu ngama leaders to be greed. Buka manje imoli yavalwa. It's bad investment. You understand? It's those things. But as call up, the documentary was actually about trying to understand from different people,
sides,
because it's not just
Lindo.
If you have watched the documentary, it's not just Lindo. Lindo is just the main
but the
person.
Lindo, it stood out because he's one.
Yeah, he's a person who's actually who was explaining, because he knows the depth of politics and whatsoever. I tried to
get other
source out others,
well.
politicians, but because of politicians are politicians, they think maybe I will ask them. I'm going to expose them. But no, it was not about that. I was actually trying to understand, what's the actual issue. You understand? So that was that. So Ulindo broke it down, so he broke everything down. Go watch the documentary, man.
Please,
you will understand a lot of things about Merafong,
People that didn't know Merafong, and people that are living within Merafong don't know a lot of things that are going on.
And
this documentary, it did good.
It had so many comments.
It got a lot of, it got interaction.
And Abantu, there's people from Randburg and others from Pretoria. They were like, we come from Merafong, bruh. And this documentary just shows us that Merafong will never change. I'm like, Gandhi, this is how it is.
People have their own perspective of viewing Ikas.
Yeah.
And then it's another thing when you're from Ikas. And then having to tell someone else.
So for you to actually explain something about Merafong, you need to go to that documentary, and then you will see some things and hear some things about Merafong, bruh. There's money in Merafong.
And people.
There's money.
Let's not talk about that. Please go watch out the documentary, guys, because I'm not gonna say much.
It's called Living in Merafong.
Because he's lived in Merafong and I've lived in Merafong, and you have to check this out.
Yeah.
Tell me, what can I expect from you in the future, in the next coming week? I wanna see more love.
You're gonna see more of WallaDin, definitely. Definitely. Well, you live with WallaDin, man. You live with WallaDin, but with other people. No, guys, we don't live together. We don't live together.
We live.
Yes, but things to expect from WallaDin. As we are cooking together. Yes, we are cooking together. You should expect Merafong currents, Merafong arts and currents. Yes, but nizobona lokho. Yes, I'm with Kia. I'm also with the controversy man. I want Roman XV on WallaDin's corner. Yes?
You see,
I'm gonna have him one day. What day? But I'm with Roman XV also. Yes, and then also of course WallaDin's Corner. Yeah, it's one thing that
you
is.
You have a documentary coming up for WallaDin's Corner also.
Yes, I have a documentary. Yes, but guys, don't expect the documentary anytime soon because there's a lot that needs to be done. Because of documentary, it's more like a film. You understand? It's so much work. Yes, so I'm still combining all these things, and linking with directors, producers, all that. So the documentary, it's going to be awesome. You're going to know a lot about WallaDin, but yeah, that one put it aside. But manje, I'm talking about next week. Yeah. Expect to see WallaDin's face,
Wire.
Flooding your screens, and then also tune in, man, on Merafong 360 Radio. I'm there every Monday to Friday, guys, 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. Merafong 360 Radio. It's an online radio station. All you have to do, you have Wi-Fi's, guys. You have Wi-Fi's. Connect and then just tune in. It's your radio station, guys. We talk about things that are happening here, So tune in, Merafong 360 Radio. You don't need me to send you the link. All you have to do, go Google. It's big enough. When you say Merafong 360 Radio, it will never misguide you. It will take you straight to us. Google Merafong 360 Radio. It will take you straight to us and then stream. That's how you find WallaDin. And it's WallaDin, TheVilleCartel on Facebook, and then WallaDin 320 on Instagram, and then WallaDin on TikTok.
Yes. So all social media handles. I was about to say, but
I shut everything up.
So thank you so much for
shout out for calling me.
Thank you. Yes, this interview was supposed to go another way, but then this guy is a guy that's very squeaky clean, man. But anyway, so thank you for tuning in to another beautiful episode.
Shout out for calling me otherwise. We don't get these things about the This is like like I said, it's Chris who interviewed me as a photographer though. And then I had TGI. This is like my third interview with my dad.
And you were my first interview in my whole life. People are not interested in us, but okay. Thank you so much for tuning in to another beautiful, hectic Monday episode of Kuzo Musical Season 2, Episode 7. Thank you, Lord. Thank you so much.